Call to order the Waverly City Council for August 28, 2017. Is there a motion to approve the agenda as distributed by our city clerk, Carla Guy?
Move approval of the agenda.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion and seconded. Council discussion. All in favor signify with yes.
Yes.
Opposed with no. Comes our official agenda. As council person, Mr. Steve Egley. Town renowned person.
Is that in a good sense?
Ex-magistrate. Got that straight. Steve, any opening comments on your part as you enter your third and last guest council appearance for us?
It's been a pleasure to be here. It's been interesting, and thanks for having me.
Great to have you. At this time, I'd entertain any comments by the public on any items not on tonight's agenda. Then we'll get to work. Study session. Item number 1 is our Planning and Zoning Commission's update to the City Council. Chairperson for Planning and Zoning is Mr. Hank Bagelmann, very important commission. Very privileged to have you lead it, and privileged to have you present.
Well, it's good to be here. I'm delighted to be here and to have the privilege of chairing the Waverly's Planning and Zoning Commission. The commission, as you know, has 9 members appointed by the mayor with the concurrence of City Council for 5-year renewable terms. Additionally, Edie Wallstein, a member of the City Council, serves as our liaison. She's a former P&Z member. We also have Community Development Director Bill Werger and Ben Cohout, the Commission Secretary, and also the Community Development and Zoning Specialist on board. So it's a pretty together team. Our current members include Kate Payne. She's our vice chair. She's an architect with InVision. Richard Dane, a financial advisor and manager of the Eagle Financial Group. Mary French, a retired architect. Lance Gritters, an attorney with Leslie Collins and Gritters. Alan Hagensick, he's a private entrepreneur. His business is household cleaning. Dave User, an executive VP with First National Bank. Kathy Olson, the former director of human resources at CUNA Mutual. HR consultant to Wartburg College and a former at-large city council member. And Heidi Solheim, the director of community relations at the Waverly Health Center. So it's an interesting collective of people. I'm so very proud of them because they show up, they speak their minds, they're not reluctant to have split votes. And during the 2016-2017 year, we conducted 10 formal work sessions in addition to multiple task group meetings and training events. Our quorum requirement is 5 attendees, or 56+% of the total group. Our attendance actually is something over 88% for the year. Planning and Zoning is a recommending body. It is not a legislative body, and as such, our public hearings tend to go a bit deeper with citizens in order to sort out the variety of points of view on any given topic, hopefully to the benefit of City Council. Waverly's vision statement is to create a community that embraces its assets, improves upon its weaknesses, strives to provide an environment that is sustainable and is forward-thinking while maintaining consistency with the financial capability of the community. Now, between us, 34 words is about 24 more words than anyone will ever remember. But that doesn't change the fact that it's our city's vision statement that tells our Planning and Zoning Commission where we are going. The challenge to Planning and Zoning is to embrace the spirit of that vision statement and to visualize a Waverly beyond today into a future that may be 50 years ahead of us. 50 years seems like a long time until we examine the evidence and evolution of the Cedar River Parkway. That plan has been thought of as a bypass since the 1960s, and it is only now emerging as an active and much needed corridor. So keeping a long view is an important characteristic for this commission. Planning and zoning in Iowa is authorized by state law. For the city, it's Chapter 414 of the Iowa Code. In 2010, the state of Iowa introduced smart planning legislation into the planning process. That's found in Chapter 18B of the Iowa Code. So that's incorporated into how we have to conduct our business. In 2011, the City of Waverly incorporated the smart planning principles into our comprehensive land use plan. A couple of definitions. For planning and zoning, a plan is a policy statement. A zoning ordinance is law. A plan directs future land use. An ordinance regulates land use today. So you may ask, well, why so much emphasis on the comprehensive land use plan? The answer is simple. According to state law, the zoning ordinance and zoning decisions, quote, shall be made in accordance with a comprehensive plan, close quote. So it's required by our state to have a plan, and it's a process that we take very seriously. That comp plan has in fact become a living vision for our city. The comp plan lets citizens and business leaders know where we are going. And it tells prospective citizens and business folks how they might fit their future into ours. Comp plan analyzes and assesses land use, agricultural and natural resources, public infrastructure and utilities, transportation, economic development, housing, community facilities, community character. In brief, the comp plan is intended to protect and optimize property values and to provide continuity across time. Once a year, members of our commission have the opportunity to attend a statewide training event known as Workshops for Local Officials. The training is offered by the Iowa State University Extension Service. Elected leaders such as yourselves, city staff, Board of Adjustment, planning and zoning members are invited to participate. It's like P&Z 101. Every year, our instructor, Professor Gary Taylor, will ask the attendees about the status of the represented city comp plans at these meetings. And I will tell you, Waverly is always at the top of the charts. Historically, every 5 years, Waverly's Planning and Zoning Commission had delivered a full-scale comprehensive land use plan. The process takes more than a year to complete, with multiple citizen task groups involving more than 100 citizens and many, many meetings. Some of you have participated in the past. We enjoy a contractual relationship with Intercog. They provide expert guidance throughout the process in addition to countless hours from City of Waverly staff. Additionally, we tap the resources and know-how of kindred commissions, especially economic development and leisure services. The comp plan is a statement of policy. Every time a zoning application is considered, the comp plan is referenced. Whether it is a new project or a revision to some existing condition. The comp plan is developed by Planning and Zoning Commission and then is forwarded to City Council for your consideration, accompanied with a recommendation for adoption. In 2010-2011, we questioned the cost benefit of continuing the 5-year cycle for a full-scale comprehensive land use plan. And after a lengthy debate, we agreed to move to a 10-year cycle. This has the added advantage of coinciding with the 10-year cycle of the United States Census Bureau. Additionally, we also agreed that at the midpoint of the new 10-year cycle, we would conduct a management review just to see how we're doing and to make adjustments as appropriate. We updated the plan this past, well, we delivered it to you this spring, so you had a chance to see what those changes were. Here's some highlights from 2016-2017. Our management review for the comp plan occupied the commission from the fall through the spring, plus lots of task group meetings. We updated the residential zoning districts in order to find ways of providing more predictable development within those districts. We reviewed an application to change a planned development in South Waverly. We examined a request for the voluntary annexation of 39 acres in the quadrant northwest of the city. We considered an opportunity to host the state firefighters and their need to provide approximately 1,500 campsites for an event to be held in Waverly in 2018. And we reviewed the request for a special provision we used to allow residential usage at the former CUNA offices on First Avenue Southeast. And occasionally we receive a request from Bremer County for a review and comment for a particular property use located within 2 miles of our city limits. That's a healthy relationship between the county and the city, and it deserves to be continued. That's a relatively brief overview. If you have time, I'd invite your questions.
Quick question, a year or so ago, the number of members on the group has been expanded. Has that helped you spend time, I guess, on the task force, kind of break things up and make some headway, or?
I think the benefit has been we have a more diverse commission. When we have a vacancy, we try to come up with names of people that might be people that would bring something to the table. I have conversations with the mayor about that. He has people that he's considering for those jobs, but I think it's made us a more diverse commission. In terms of helping with, if you take 5 out of 9 or 4 out of 7, it's a fractional part of a percentage point. So it doesn't help that way, but I think it makes us a more diverse commission.
Just know there was discussion when we went that direction, just to allow subgroups, the subcommittees to maybe focus on bits and pieces of the plan.
Which is what happened with the comp plan this past year. And we had quite a few of those task group meetings. Any others?
Just going to say, I spent several years as liaison with the Planning and Zoning Commission, and I just appreciate the work that you do, and particularly the comp plan. I was involved with that in, was that 2010?
Would have been 2010.
Yeah, so having a revision of it or an update to it was nice, and go through it again in a few years and do a bigger look at it.
The next one comes up 2020, 2021, and you see the results of it on the wall behind you. It gives us a sense of direction as a community, and the deal there is to get the involvement of the community, not just the commission, but the community in the planning process, and that works.
Is there anything you could use from council as you, I see planning and zoning would be an integral part of really city planning and how we look. Is there anything that you could benefit from council involvement, or is there anything that we can do to help you, or?
I'd like you to come to a meeting occasionally.
Okay. Yeah, well,
Because I think it gives you a first-hand, I know your meeting schedule is about as busy as they get, but to see it there is helpful.
I think before you go that we need to thank Joe. Yeah, as you know, Hank's got a phenomenal wife, and we let him out of his let him out of their home on his birthday to come make this report. Happy birthday, Hank.
That's all. Thank you.